Hello everyone. Good afternoon to all of you. Very good afternoon to all of you. So this side Riddhi Sorel from Hackers Vlog English, and today my topic is SQL map. So quickly join the session so that we can start with the session. So basically, sometimes what happens whenever we stuck in companies and we heard about that some hackers are intruding into the websites or something like that. So what going to be the first work we have to do for that? So on that we have the penetration testing tools. So one of the best penetration testing tool, which is open source, available in Windows as well as Linux. We have SQLMAP. So today I'm going to take the session on SQLMAP. We'll understand first that what SQLMAP is all about, and then we will go to perform the practical. We'll be taking one live application or some dummy application, and then we'll be trying some steps to generate the queries, to find out the tables, to find out the columns. Okay. So please quickly roll into the session if you actually want to learn SQL map, and if you stuck somewhere like what can be the next step for this and how to perform this SQL map application. So please, so let's start with the SQL map. So first, before going into SQL map, let's understand what actually the SQL map all about. So it's an open source penetration testing tool, and that specializes in detecting and exploiting the SQL injection vulnerabilities. So if you are coming here to understand the SQL map, then one should understand first what is actually the SQL injection. Because if you know SQL injection, that websites or application does have this vulnerability, can exist this vulnerability. So for this, SQL map is the best tool to find it out. On the way, there are many tools available on internet. Some are paid, some are open source, where we have to check the SQL injection vulnerability. And if I am going in an audit and someone says that you have to perform the task quickly and just check it out, like what vulnerabilities I have in website. So for that, what I have to do is I just quickly have to check all the things present in the website. Now SQL injection is the most common attack, and it is not like it is always available on internet or on the website, which we're going to test, but yes, so maybe SQL injection occurs in the website. So for that, we have to check with certain parameters, we have to check with certain tools. So in that, from the list of those SQL injection penetration testing tool, we have one tool today to understand SQL map. So let's start. Hope you all are getting my voice, and you are all eager to join, and you have already joined, right? So SQL injection is a type of security vulnerability that occurs when attacker is able to manipulate an application's input. So whenever we have any input, and I don't think so any website, any application exists in today's scenario that doesn't contain any kind of input. It is not like that. So every time we have any website, there might be one input, there might be 100 input, there might be 500,000 inputs. All right, so we have to check each and every input by applying the queries. That means by applying the payloads, scripts, or some input, malicious input, that are we getting some revert back any error, revert back any message that can makes us available, like SQL injection can exist in the website. All right. So here SQL map automates the process of identifying and exploiting these vulnerabilities, making it a powerful tool for security professionals, ethical hackers, and penetration testers. It supports various databases management systems such as MySQL. If you are going into testing field, you must be aware, you should know some queries, how to form the queries, and how to run the databases. So there are a lot more databases available, and different aspects of companies taking different kinds of databases according to their choices. But yes, to start the career into this, you must know some of the databases which are quite common. Let's suppose Microsoft SQL Server, we can take Oracle, PostgreSQL. So these are different types of, and these are most commonly used databases in companies. So we'll be moving towards the practical, but before that, let's understand first its key features of SQLMAP. Alright, so we have seen what actually the SQLMAP all about. Now we are coming here to understand what are the key features does this SQLMAP penetration testing tool has. So obviously, if we are taking any tool, it simply means that we have to be very much conscious that we have to find the bugs into it. So for that, we have the detection of vulnerabilities first of all. So SQLMAP can identify various types of SQL injection vulnerabilities by analyzing the application's responses. We'll see that we'll be writing the queries, we will be finding out the bugs, and in that, if we have written any query and that query hits actually the target, then definitely we can have the information out from the website. All right. So then second comes for exploitation, of course. So if we are using any kind of tool, obviously that is going to exploit some kind of a vulnerabilities. So once the vulnerability is detected, SQLMAP can exploit it to gain unauthorized access. And obviously, if we have completed our SQL injection part, you can even see on Hacker's Vlog, we have different kinds of SQL injections courses available there. So if you have completed that, then you must be aware of what actually the SQL injection is all about, as well as what queries it has. So basically today we'll be understanding about the SQLMAP. I'll be taking the queries and I will explain you in a better way. But still, if you have the prior knowledge of that, then that will be more comfortable for me to understand, to take you on SQLMAP. It can retrieve data from database, modify the queries. Obviously, attacker can do anything if once they get the access of of any privileges or any queries. Automatic and manual testing. So SQLMAP provides both kind of testings. The automatic mode takes care of many aspects of the testing. If you do have any questions related to SQLMAP or SQL injection or any kind of a vulnerability, please drop in the chat window. I will definitely answer you after the session ends. Okay, before getting end, I'll give you the answer. Okay, and on the above, you can see the pin message I have already dropped. There is a link. You can even drop the query if you actually want to pursue the course in cybersecurity or the source code review. We have these two specialization course available. So if you actually want to do one-to-one training with me and with Tapan sir, then definitely you can ping that message. You can drop the query. All right. So let's come back. Now we have fingerprinting. SQLMAP can gather information about database management system in use, including its version, obviously, underlying operating system and other details. Now, so if we have this fingerprinting, then definitely next, obviously, we'll be having as enumeration. So this tool can extract valuable information. Now, what all things that particular tool, a single tool, can do? So all these things we have mentioned here, like the column names, the content, the data types, and any further analysis or the application. Now we have post-exploitation. So SQLMAP provides options for performing additional actions after exploiting vulnerability, such as running custom queries, execution OS command, and many more. There are so many things available, because if we are performing any task on any tool, then they are having some certain options to go deeper into it. Okay, So let's move towards the practical. Here I have already opened my VMware workstation. So we need Kali into it, though we can do on Windows also. But why I chose Kali? Because Kali has inbuilt operations of SQLMAP. Okay, though we can download also, but still this particular version of Kali, or obviously the old versions and the latest version, these tools already they have inbuilt. So that going to be very time consuming part, right? So that's why I'm switching towards Kali, and it is opening. Just a second. Now if we move towards the arrow part, hope everyone know this. Okay, so if we move toward this, then we have usual applications, so many applications available. Now if we move towards the third point, that is the web application analysis, we have SQLMAP present there. So we just have to click on it, it will open. Now it is asking, it's simply asking for the URL for the Windows, for the wizard interface. Just a second. All right, so we'll start with the commands. Now, so first we'll go into the command like I have already written with one query. First we'll understand that. Let me copy this and then I'll explain you. So if we have SQLMAP inbuilt, obviously, then we have to just open it, click on it, and then it will start. Now if we are running with any queries, then definitely, since this is a vulnerable application which I have used, and this application particular link I can also give in chat window. So this SQLMAP, basically when we start with SQLMAP, we have this -u written here, and then we have the link. Okay, so if we have any queries, or if you have any website like demo.testfire, but what actually we need into it, we need some query written in, like we have some parameters showing in that query, so that will be more easier for us to understand the SQLMAP. Okay, because once we have any websites, like we can take any kind of dummy website also, but for that will be very much difficult to understand, if because obviously SQL map always takes some parameters input, and if we do not have, then it will not work accordingly, right? And we will get puzzled into it, like how we have to work on it, right? So here when I have written this SQL map -u and the link testphp.vulnerweb.com/listproducts.php, this is already a website. From that I have seen the list products, and then we have seen the PHP cat equals to 1. So basically cat is going for concatenation also. So let me first open this link. I'll open it in, wait a second, I'll open this link in so we can we have this, because whenever you test the application, first check this, that is this available or not. So if we have any parameters on the browser, then that going to be 99% SQL generated form, right? So we have to check over that. Let's go into, now in this query which I have mentioned, to find out the databases, how many databases does this link has. So for that what we have to do is -DBS we have to do. So it is basically for the database. Okay, now if you have seen here, then you can understand, like we have two databases available. One is AccuArt and second is information_schema. Now our choice is to take AccuArt, then we have to again go on the query. Now let's understand SQL map -u and the link. Now -d denotes the database. Then we have written the database name here. -t resembles the table. Then we have written the table, and then we have written -- column. So we have to find out the columns into it. So I'll just copy it. You can even write also. Hope you all are understanding. Make sure if you are copy paste, if you are doing anything copy paste, then one should understand, like we just have to, just a second. We have to go backspace, because this should be in one line. Columns, and then we'll do enter. So it will find out the columns. So how many columns we have here? We have 3 columns here. We have 3 columns here. So in this way, if the website is vulnerable, then definitely we can inject into it and we can find out the whole information. Okay, so we can very easily find out the information related to it. Hope now everyone is understanding this. Now the next part we have again into it, like we have SQL injections. Now we come for, like we have here one column as a name. Are you able to see this? A name we have. So if we want any information to reveal out, so what we have to do is we will form the same query, the attacker will form the same query, but what that attacker will do, it simply do a name. Okay, it will simply do a name and then hyphen dump. So if we are writing any query, sorry, if you have any query, then we like if you have any SQL query or any link where we have some parameter generated in the browser, then definitely we can find out the databases, the table, the columns, and the detailing of the columns as well. All right, but we first have to understand, like, if that query exists, if that attack or the manipulation query which we are doing into it is working or not. If it works, then definitely we are going on a right track. All right. So let's write this last query here, so that we can understand what actually the queries are saying to us. So we'll simply copy it. Now if we have the enter here, then definitely dump it is. We have written here as P. Actually, I've removed. So hyphen D, table name, hyphen T, hyphen D, database name, hyphen T, table name. Then we have written hyphen C for the column which is given there. And now we have to find it, its more information. So in a name column, what names or what informations we have, what names actually of the employees or any product or anything we have displayed on the screen. Okay, so it simply means if we are seeing, first we have to check the application. If that application having some data, some manipulated data, or something which is revealing out from the browser or from somewhere else, and if we strike on it and something comes out, like how to check that, let me first tell you. Like suppose we have this, okay, but I don't know whether SQL injection works on it or not. So what I'll do is I'll just simply keep apostrophe here and enter. See, if it shows error, you have an error in your SQL syntax. Check the manual that corresponds to your MySQL server version for the right syntax to use near double quote, single quote at the line 1 warning. So if this thing occurs, then we have 99% chances that SQL injection can work on the site. Are you understanding? So here I'm just telling you like how to check, how to analyze the website is having such kind of a bugs here. All right. So hopefully you like this and you will definitely practice it and learn it well. SQLMAP space -FN or -H. So if you want to see like SQL map does I have done as hyphen DBMS, sorry, DBS hyphen C I have used, I have hyphen T used. So what all these explanations will say. So we have already things mentioned here, all explanations you have here. You can read it out, you can understand it, and you can check like what query I can form by this. All right, so hopefully you liked the session and you enjoyed watching the session. Please do your valuable comments so that I can make next video soon, and definitely we'll be preparing more content, more good content, more keen content for you all. All right. So if anyone has any queries, they can mention. And please don't forget to give your valuable comments. All right. So please join this cybersecurity and source code review classes if you actually interested and want to learn industry point of things. Okay. Now we have one more website, that is hackervlog.in. You can register here also. Already we have started some making of some courses here, but they are in Hindi. But yes, if you are actually willing to take the course and if you are actually attending our live streams, then definitely we will go into hackersvlog.in and make the English videos for you. Okay, so the same course which is available in Hindi, we'll be keeping the same course in English, because many clients, many students already told us like they want English videos. So that's why we created our English channel. So I think you will love and you will join our sessions. Yeah, I mean, we can showcase these things on real website, but that doesn't means that attack will work or not that time. So that's why I have used this on a vulnerable website, okay, which actually has SQL injection into it. Right, so that going to be very easy to understand, because the person who are attending the session for the first time, or they don't know about SQL injection or SQL map, then definitely that going to be the puzzled and the confusion thing for them, right? So that's why in the session I have used dummy website, right? But in the later part, like when I'll be coming on the next session, right, then definitely I'll take some live websites, and in the live website we can try to attack. If that exists, then definitely we can go into it, right? So hopefully you all like the session. I think Arman, you have joined just now. Again, I'm saying if anyone wants to do the course, one-to-one course with us, then please fill the form above. I think my face is not visible. All right. So I think no one has the questions till now. Hope you enjoyed the session. You learned something from here. Okay, so here I'm ending the session. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.